Hey guys, Mike here, Professional Security Journal. First of all, um, this video is a little bit hard for me to make. My eyes are gonna be closed a lot just because I'm trying to keep myself composed and professional in recording. Um, I'm giving it a couple of days to decide my next move, but long story short, um, I was removed from basically the last job that I had, which was transit security. So I was on the strip Monday night after we had our big shooting that made, I think, national news. I know it was all over the damn place in local news, but I'm not sure if it made the national news or not. But anyways, if you're out of the loop, we had these two TikTokers, two YouTubers, these two social media dudes who were on the strip, and next thing you know, one of them pulls out a handgun, and so yeah, it was two dudes, and one dude pulled a firearm, shot the other dude, and if I remember correctly, shoots his wife as well. And I think the couple passed away. I remember my details are crossed in my brain right now. Um, I know there were two people that perished on scene, but I don't recall if that's the couple or if it was, say, one. Actually, you know what? It probably was the couple because I know the shooter turned himself into Las Vegas Metro PD. Um, so I had worked the night immediately after that shooting, and what I didn't know then was that was my last night. Um, Before I went out into the field, before we actually deployed out, um, I had 2 or 3 weeks of scheduling built out that the schedulers had hooked me up with, because I've been floating all over the whole contract since January when our former account manager kind of gave me a raw deal, and he took me off my permanent consistent schedule. So I've been floating across all shifts, all areas, and so yeah, when I noticed my schedule, basically my entire schedule, 2, 3, 4 weeks of scheduling, pretty much for the rest of June had disappeared. So I called scheduling, and I was like, yo, what the hell? So she went, oh, I'll get back to you. And so then I text them again, any update? No. A couple of more hours go by. So the phone rings, and then they just hang up on me. And I went, okay, well, I'm going to go down to Central Command after I clock out and figure this out. Well, I didn't need to. Our sergeant pulls us off the strip. We're going home. This was clock out time. Our sergeant pulls us off the strip. So we go into we go back to the transit terminal. We go back to station. I turn in the normal set of gear, the body cam, the radio, the duty phone with track tech on it, and the Axon magnet mount for the body cam. And the shift manager, our MOD, happens to be there. And I'm like, okay. Now, MOD's been here before. They've, this exact MOD was there at the station like 2, 3 weeks ago discussing some things with the next shift. So I'm like, okay, so he's just here to, pass down stuff. Nope. He was there for me. So I was told to go see the platform lieutenant, and I was confused because I'm like, well, I'm fixed strat. I'm a field officer. Shouldn't I be seeing the field lieutenant who's right there? This was what I was saying to myself, but I'm like, okay. So I go in the platform lieutenant's office, and then the platform lieutenant goes, oh, we're going to go over a couple things. Well, that was him just kind of BSing me, giving himself a couple of extra seconds, because next thing you know, the shift manager walks in the door, shuts the door, and he goes, so IC's just decided to separate you. I went, oh, okay. So any company gear I was told to give up. They let me walk out with a uniform because obviously they weren't gonna strip me down. They weren't going to strip me down in the office, so I was allowed to walk out in uniform still. But yeah, so a job that I loved, a job that I thought I was going to go far in, and I still don't know why. That's what frustrates me the most, and I still don't know why. So, luckily, one of my former directors from, my Cascadia Global Director. So obviously, as most of you who know me, who have followed the channel, Cascadia Global basically no longer exists. It doesn't. They sold all their operations to Pal American. My old director from Cascadia went to Pal American with us last year. We all got fucked over. So that my Cascadia director has his own company now. He's running his own shop, and he hired me into that shop. So luckily, he had some work for me this week. And then he's getting me full-time work next week. Yeah, so this week he had work for me. I think I just misspoke there. This week he has work for me. I've been actively working that after med school, which is another thing I don't think I've spoken about in my YouTube channel, so I'll get to that. I'm sorry, there's just a lot of things going on in my brain right now. So, so I've been doing his work. He should be getting me an actual full-time site next week. But right now, obviously, with this happening so sudden on Tuesday, basically Tuesday morning, I was supposed to clock out at 7, so I got let go at 7. So I should be getting full-time work with my old Cascadia director next week, but right now I've just been applying around like a motherfucker. Indeed and ZipRecruiter out the yin yang. But yeah, so that's something I need to touch on in this video really fast is I started med school. Now, when I say med school, I don't mean doctor school. I just mean I'm working with meds, so I'm calling it med school. Right now I'm in the 6-week intro class. They call it career prep. So I'm in with like medical assistants, dental students, veterinarian animal students, and there's like 2 or 3 of me. There's like 2 or 3 pharmacy technicians in the class. But I chose to go pharmacy. And as it stands right now, I don't know where I'm going to end up going in my security career, but I might hang it up. I do want to shout out Shaun. I don't think I need to break that down for all of you because most of you who are on my channel come from Shaun's channel. So I do want to shout Shaun out because Shaun, sorry, now I'm breaking down. Shaun more or less helped me out in the immediate. Tuesday happened. Shaun put his peer support hat on, and he kind of consoled me a little bit. So thank you, because as one of my former employers who screwed me over a couple months back, my former EP employer, they say I wear my heart on my sleeve, and that pushes me to do a good job, which is actually pretty accurate. But yeah, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Normally I can be professional about it, but like on YouTube and whatnot, occasionally I do show a little bit of vulnerability here. So, let's just say it hasn't gotten to the point to where I've had thoughts, but my immediate thought when I was released Tuesday was, shit, now I gotta worry about July rent. Now I gotta worry about this. Now I gotta worry about that. Now I gotta worry about this. Now I gotta worry about that. So I have been in my own head, but lately, this week, I'm doubting this is for me now. I'm doubting the entire security industry in general is for me now. just because it seems like my entire career I've been fucked over. My entire career I've gotten raw deals. My entire time I've been stuck at the bottom. My entire time I've dealt with being singled out. I've dealt with harassment. I've dealt with being made fun of for the way I look at things because of what I went through in 2017. I realize I take the industry, I take my job more seriously than most because of what I went through, because of my why of why I do security in the first place. But that has led to some harassment, even here in YouTube. I remember a certain YouTuber that's banned from the majority of the YouTube channels called me out on Shaun's channel once, and that's what caused him to get removed from Shaun's channel. I showed some vulnerability on YouTube a year or two ago when I was still in Utah, and an arrogant YouTuber took that, remixed it, and ran with it. And Shaun, being Shaun, the good guy that Shaun is, he more or less went law enforcement on the guy and told him to remove the video, or Shaun was going to do something, because the arrogant YouTuber is in California. So Shaun actually had legitimate jurisdiction on the guy, and he could have done something. Well, Shaun called him out. So, basically the point of all that is, with all of what I've dealt with, the raw deals I've gotten, me being at the bottom, me being a line officer my entire time in security, despite me taking the initiative to seek out advanced courses and this and that, I'm frustrated and I feel burned out. So that leads me to this. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know if I'm going to dive into healthcare, and by dive in, I mean really dive in, like full on, as soon as I graduate from med school, go full into healthcare and just say, fuck this, and hang it up. Or if I'm going to work security, here and there. I don't know yet. More or less right now, I'm worrying about the now, and I'll worry about down the road. I'll worry about down the road when I'm worried about the now, and I'll worry about down the road when I get there. But I have a choice to make in my head. And right now, I'm leaning towards doing things for my old director and going into healthcare. So yeah, that's really all I have. I'm gonna go put on my scrubs and go to med school right now. I'm 13 minutes into this video and it's 6:57, and I have med school at 8. So I'm gonna go throw my scrubs on and go to class. But yeah, do I have anything else? No, I think that's everything. I think that's everything I wanted to go over. So yeah, I'm not gonna do the usual spiel because obviously, I don't have pride in all that I do right now. So yeah, if I do end up leaving security, I'll make a video. I'll let y'all know, but I won't be leaving security till like 2026, basically. I've kind of stuck myself in this silo. I gotta deal with security. I gotta deal with security at least until my externship. My last little bit in med school will be an externship, so I'll be placed somewhere, and then I'll do an externship as part of my schooling. So, at the very least, until my externship, I'm kind of stuck doing security. But right now, I'm really debating on either just strictly unarmed or doing like armored car, doing cash transport for now. There's a lot of things that I've been applying to on Indeed. Even a lot of customer support jobs outside of security and what have you. But more or less until I graduate med school. I can't do that. So, yeah. So, I'll see y'all in the next video. Don't know when that'll be. This channel may go to strictly firearms. My journey in getting to shoot better. I don't know yet. But that's more or less your update for you guys. This channel is named the Security Journal after all, so this channel is meant to chronicle my journey in security, no matter how rough, tough, or good that is. So we're more or less at a down point in that. So here's your video. Yeah. So see you guys next time.